Na national boy dia say mu nya ne fe. Opedi shen ya to ye de Ghana for sika $45 million. President Kufuor ne to no 2008. E be do Ghana 2010. E ba ye mu no chia. E one of the best presidential jets in Africa. Open African
which
leaders
has been used over the years.
And on President Mahama di tukwa. And President because omu ya wiemfo omu nim baby omu free. So they always cut
but that private
coats.
jet or my president that air tunnel, you had issues with it.
And what? And the entity nyai man said because I my Ghana Japade. What you say? It's President Mahama say new room for buy you need baby free. I don't know the two coin. And one President Mills the other day, the two coin. Na national boy dey say mu nya ne fe. Opedi adware wo mu a obetumi adware wo mu wiem. Opedi empa kese sinking size bed obetumi adam. Opedi mamu massage. Opedi adware wo mu yedi go.
Me say eno so no mo ka say it had limitations. Nipa dodo a efa opese okọ a say presidential press call or say sa press call no ne president na bom ko at a go. But this particular one cannot carry.
It's not true. Falcon 900 na Ghana Japade na president for 12. Efe nipa 15. So person mo tena comfortably to be for nipa 12.
Okay.
Which is the
But
standard size.
It doesn't carry presidential
jet and the press call.
Yes, it doesn't carry
presidential jet. Yeah, Falcon 900 na ye will be no one Namibia president issue. Omo to omo de no 20 years and san ye to ye de. And so Namibia president oko UN General Assembly meeting no the call. Omo de 20 years older than us. And no the US. Qatar ye can say Zambia president oko the same UN General Assembly meeting. Or the Qatar Airways na call. Or the Nipa train na call. I don't know the only press call. Press call for a commercial flight na the mom. I don't hear the ma Bermuda.
President Mahama. Businessmen.
Yes. So what you do is Nipa what you mo kono doors one. Man penny for presidential jets. No more makano. Ya for commercial. President Mahama or your man penny no ko US one fa presidential jet no kra nkoda. Or the British Airways commercial and or the call. We business class no the call like any other citizen. It won't go the wa bet na konwa so man ho kire wo mu sei. We say we should tighten our belt.
Now,
we should pay more taxes.
Presidential flight
say but you see, when munyina mu tu kwan na mo doso, sometimes it makes financial sense to fly commercial than to fly the jet and still get other people to fly the commercial. In the same way, you will save who my nisikenti no. 4 years, ninyina with the British Airways. And maybe crumple by our fly Ethiopia Airways as president. Okay, we are not saying so Mampenye Kufuado so far. British said, one of the taste was from. I say he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Ne papa ye mampenye. Ye nim no. O dia say, itimi ane de. It would be for presidential jet in here then. It took.
But the security of the president is also important.
Na Falcon 900 ne security ni mu ana. Enye no the other ne trotro ya. George Oponwia, Liberian president. O used to do two kwai no. Na ono de onye security mo. Na ze kra de meti ye minua ba ko. One ba omia na ye adwuma. Dr. Gideon Boako, many new news for. Also, I'm paying pay a jet because it's all I'm paying a tentiama or tena jet in the Muntimintin in them. I mean, now I'm paying a Kufuor or watching George Oponwia. And I'll watch Joe Mahama. And one a Guinea Bissau president, Modiamana, or the Trotro. Is it graduate? Modia done a Trotra. Amount for a man, is it graduate? Modia done a Trotra. And my bed down Kunchiro or Mampeniche and the Educusio. And yes, our presidential jet in the Educusio, so what Brunimo. And then the other trotro say what Bruni say what Bruni says that presidential jet no okoda nkunchire wo mampenye Kufuor ado nchen hukuma say ne DBC ni nkran. So he doesn't value that important asset e Ghana Japade this ikakese na ato. And yet all the time you are renting luxurious jets. And jets now will rent it mean you also rent a private jet $5,000 per hour there $4,000 per hour there $6,000 per hour there. So tell me what say. But one pair no Upe Boeing 737, $20,000 per hour. Aden, will living the president of America live like that? You are living like an Arabian king. When your people are suffering, when you are heaping taxes upon taxes on them.
Very unfortunate, huh? It is very, very, very unfortunate. Now, same way. On what I know, a group be a jai, a man this for the idea. na me be come nsem ansa me come asem no me akwa abache no we so and then me tie Yewuraje Kufo ni interview bi oja ye recently na amama kai nsem binom ama makase no nti san Ghana ma e friend Ghana nyina ne fa ayo ne kese ayo since the Fourth Republic aye develop akoya ni ma sabi aba be middle income country nyina nyina gyina pipi fo so seka NDC fo nko a nkoman no enka ya ton mo bi agene chefango ni nsam we money ideas ntebe ne asesa mo na e de o mo join ne so mo ye party political party a omo be di o man so omo ni message omo ne de omo betumi aye omo nim de omo betumi aye omo ntumi nkoda anwene hu se we mpo na ye pese ye ba ye mra maye enti se group campaign timer ene de bra enkontompo ne nabra ba e wo wiase nyina NDC for to me e ka omo ho bom etna se wodan mu esua en troni nkontompo omo nim se Ghana fo binom ya dwene mu e hanti ye ka ebeto yasum na e de agina so ato aba ene ne ye ne obra ene ne ye ne ti asema na sami jamfi kan yo nwa ba nwa bemba so tie kwa na sami jamfi efa so kasa e articulate ne nsem kwanya na ofaso na odresse Yewuraje na nado danko Akufo-Addo akwantuo mu nsem a ayese na okasafa sabio akoko bi ho abusia wonim de eko NDC fo ene omukwa akoto presidential jet edi ama John Dariga Dramani Mahama mani de tukwan me I don't want you to say bia president de otukwan a eho behia so benya presidential jet me mankasa eho hia mankasa ye misappropriation mankasa eni kwanse ye dabi eho hia pa se oman panyini de otukwan akoba bia enya fei ena wokone nam international airport babi o bag bi ekitawo o security reference bi no ma wakipu ni secret for long time eniema bi ma wontumi nya ija ma manfo bia ma o munkitam e wose ni nyina no ukita na o de show ho na wa ankasa o protect no because bra so mampanyini enama eniema ekura ne wo eniema bi ho mampanyini janto babi adawo babi obekọ bi ekita no papa we de minim ebia onum bi na adwene no fama otimi ja niam bi gu baabi but the security of the first gentleman of the land no a non discussable ye untumi nka ho asem ma na nye yie sesabio the half of the GDP or minus sika nyina emufa ena ebehia na yetumi e de aboye mampanyine ho ban a ho behia se ye beye den ye be yusu sa sika no na de abo omampanyine ne ho ban enti de meka no ana de me ba be ye video ya me ba be ye enye se bia menti ase de enti a ye de sika ekoto alupre e de ama omampanyine da bi meti ase pa me kura na ye me de ensem fata se bio ye sida bi kura po no alasa watara ejabo Yewuraje Kufo ewo meeting bi asese me ma wase be ma left ana etibi de medwene se eho behia se oman no ebenya alupra se omampanyini tukwan ankoba bia enya fei ena oman no ekotwa ticket enya fei na ye be disclose ye be ka ba bia ye mampanyini okọ enya fei ena ye ko kama wiase amansan nyina hu se ye mampanyini tipre nwe mu onam ha da bi yenye ne sa omampanyini de e de omampanyini ne secret ho hia pa enti asɛm a me na oba be ka ne nei enwene da say me against sabio ye to wiemuhyen e de ama apan na de me kasa fa ho ene nkrofo na ene omummom ene nama omo kase yenkoto wiemuhyen emfa ma ye mampanyini nkrofo na omo kasa asem no me ne omo ene wo na de ama ma so kamera na se John Mahama ne NDC omo Scam Ghana nyina ne se NDC for you su sa presidential jet we etono edekama edkan ya ma ne to Ghana fo nyina so mu se yewura na nado danko Akufo-Addo ne MPP aban enwene Ghana fo ho enti Ghana fo ho kire omo no na nado de epese onko na onkoto plane se de be yo no onama obedware wo wiem ono onama obefiri comfortable abra sabio Ghana fo ewa ahokyerem Ghana fo enye sika na Ghana fo etua electricity a ne bo edene a Ghana fo so tua nsu a ne bo edene and this for the same way ye campaign a man to talk Ghana fo ne bebre asum unim se wi aseso a ye wo ohia ni bi a edwene se eyosikani bi ena amana nye den amana ye ohia ni enti ade a na ehia ma Ghana fo nyina a na nka ehu behia se o se nka yenye ne 2022 mu hono and this for kan ye mane to Ghana fo tim se da bi eye nkrofo binom na omotimu ye omode eye nkrofo binom na sabiu omotimu ye omoda ena me no so santi no ahokyere a Ghana fo ekom ehia won na mom de omo hwehwe ene sabiu ani ji a won mom wani beje me yoba ma ye kan ya se sabio na nando danko Akufo-Addo onfa pray no kura pono pray ne mfa ne nkobo fom na onwu na ye no na NDC for se omode omohwehwe ene wo se asem no call ya no asan aba se wo se asem no call ya no asan aba
Yemshen ya to ye de Ghana for sika $45 million. President Akufo-Addo ne to no 2008. E be do Ghana 2010. E buy ye monochian. E one of the best presidential jets in Africa. Open African
which
leaders.
Which has been used over the years.
And on President Mahama di tu kwa. And President because omu ya wiemfo omu nim baby omu free. So
enti asemana America enkrofo we di ntotwa nkontompo kade eni wiase nyina ediku yewura tanado danko Akufo-Addo so ti se de sabe yewura tanado danko Akufo-Addo alupre na okwa akoto no se eduru se ofiri aban so a odi alupre no ebe den ebe ko akosi ono ankasa ni fie ti se ne private jet the personal private jet and this for to me gada nkrofo de omo nante Ghana manmu edi ntro nkontompo a nyansa bia nimu oba bia edi say yewura jewura na nado danko Akufo-Addo kire Ghana fo nyina edi MPP amanyoko fraaye edi koye campaign e masabio even some MPP supporters krano ebe GD say MPP aban de Ghana fo onwene won kura enebra de asini se atemdie bebreba ye di yewura na nado danko Akufo-Addo no enkontompo a yetwa to yewura na nado danko Akufo-Addo so ensem a ye kan ya na enye nokura Ghana fo GD ye no ene NDC fo ankasa ede budget akọ parliament say yenkoto private jet mienu private jet yenkoto mienu na yemfa baako emfa ma John Tariqa Dramani Mahama as the president of the republic. Non fun to kwine. Because John Mahama dear or your nipa. John Mahama nenkwa hu hia NDC4. John Mahama dear president to be on mum dear nenkwa anase sebi ni security no. E hu hia emagana mai. Enti na me no kasei. NDC4 anya approval say yen spend 60 million US dollars. Yen fan konkoto prena ye de bra abema Mahama na emfia miensa we ye dana nimi o tukwan akoba bia o de tukwan abusianfo na de yom ya ne se NDC4 omo ne fede na nkrofo omo ho ye mahi pa nkrofo omo ho ye mahi pa. In this case, the media. And Crawford Muhu ye in this issue of private jet. How my your mother say Omon can wasem. Omo yi omo ni to say the Omonte. The media space in the country. The media space ya. Na now the private jet proposal we better Ghana maimu. Omo fuel no with petrol and diesel. Etwa jatum. Manetiko si babia. The media sabio omo invite NDC communicators into their studios. Na omo ye omo interviews akese omo de penchirechiremu se enokrese na ado so okwa akoto private jet enokrese na ado so okwa akoto private jet ene na asefo no ene sa media houses no nyina yenti obi anka biem obi ayira obi ankasa omo na omo ho ye mehu. All the media houses across Ghana omo ye sabio propaganda kese di MPP amanyokuo no because of this private jet acquisition and purchase agreement no. And some media houses no nyina omo nyina didi amen bibi hihye obi anum omo adeda, they are all okay with it. Bra and John Mahama ni NDC for kwa koto prina ne boye 60 million. Na Ghana media houses NT. Na unim de ya ne se Ntebe no omugu parliament hono. Ntebe no a omugu NDC parliament hono. Omodwene so omo ye nyansafo anase omo ye smart esen MPP for. Enti sa private jet we ye kwa akoto no. At the beginning no omo ye omo adwene se omo nkama Ghana fo nte se omo koto private jet. Number omo se omo koye den, they are going to retool to say ye koto akade e de ama asojafo. Minya ba bema. Da ben da na wangu se soja ni bi tukwan akoba bi a odi plane a etisei ene tukwan asempa na mebisa no da ben da ene wangu se sojafo tukwan akoba bi ekoye operational omodi plane a etisei ene tukwan ebi nsida na so yesi se utrima boa yesi se owi kwakuoti a ena we den oso ho daye enam se NDC fonim entroni nkontompo ne nabrabo mutwa de kire Ghana fo no omunim se omo ne so de se omo nte ase ma yenkoto private jet ntino omo de asem no ba parliament no omo ye omo adwene se omo nka emma sabio nipa ente omo wo numbers enti nka de betia ne se mahama kita private jet abra omokwa akoto no omoanka ama obiante and this for begina parliament ka kire Ghana for say enye no kre so omokwa akoto private jet na omokoto helicopter e de ama asojafo minwa be ma wo hweme enti alupre wo yesi hoyi alupre wo yesi hoyi eya sojafo alupre wo yesi hoyi yede kokontokwa alupre wo yesi wo minwa me bisaw ehefa ena yede weapons behye ede ayeden ako yen to plane emfa ma sojafo so omomfa mo life o ye to plane na ye to de ma omo so omomfa mo man no ho ban enti plane na ye bo man ho ban no yede akade bi ka ho a ema kwan ema alupre no etumi efa akode abra obetu akowiem sa alupre wo yesi hoyi bibia ne ho e kire se ye alupre a eye sabio amam yanka ne se enya alupre bibia kire se eye sojafo de a alupre wo yesi hoyi eye NDC president ayefane John Daliga Dramani Mahama ene na kafo ne yere ne mpenafo no omonti ena yekoto prenwe because ene babia duru no John Daliga Dramani Mahama hu se oba betu kwan ya ohia se obenya babia obedware yewura Mahama hu se sesei no se otu kwan a ehia se obenya babia sabio one ne sa check no ebetena ebedidi ebenom nsa ebebo discotheque yebedware wo swimming pool mu ewo wiem ene NDC fo hu se no ehu behia se John Mahama etu kwan a apart from Leonida Mahama sebio ofuru prengo ya preni ntumi ntubiem because ni mu edru dodo no e wo se yenya baabia yebetumi asesa nkwada ma yo abidi omo awurem na Mahama etu kwan ya watumi I enjoy ne ho. And for the sick and the benefit of that intino. And this for akwakoto prengo ya Ghana for yetua honka 60 million. Na I am a citizen and this for nan komo pese omo meet MPP parliamentarians no more parliament no. Say okwakota de. Watre no budget team. Na bibia da ho kre se o kwano akwakoto private jet. Na wodwene se wode propaganda na eye den enya tumi betena akonwa so ntino. Obetumi nso aye propaganda ewo wankasa o budget a ya twere bibia ewom a wo fa na wo kan a de ewom bia no we obi a wo ye knowledgeable ewo that sector. You don't need someone to come and tell you say ade we eye lupra yemfa nkokon. Now so NDC for kwan bi so senka omo try a find a way to make sure say omo betumi e dey afa ase na magana fo ani emma ho se Ghana ban e kwa akoto alupre bra MPP fo yenye ntebe fo MPP ni a wa Jimmy pa no NDC fo e fa no te se omo thank God. Entiene NDC for ye ya antumi ankwa nkosi baabia ababeto abonten say indeed enokre said they are going to buy a new presidential jet for John Daliga Dramani Mahama ne bono eye $60 million. Na yetie video no mu a na Sami Jamfi ka se Ghana for ho kire won electricity boy dre ene na asefo minwa be ma ene dadua ya NDC for kwakoto prenway ene since ya NDC betra Ghana konwa so 2025 January no emepem ne electricity nkwa ya tumu 28%. Temiye pa electricity ya tum 28%. Enti mebisa Sami Jamfi se sa temana na omowo edema Ghana fo na na manu sunti na omoko editia se yebekwa akoto pray no ene sa tema no afiri ho ana Sam Kwasi Ampanyini George Obia, Minister of Communication, and his co-deputies, and Crawford money year, Juma Moshe Nasio, almost a moon to men and transit, and 5 because I didn't say, or yare, to me, so. Sam George, and then Ghana for na wusuma won. Na enam Ghana for nti, na wukun, se mayankon koto pre no. And then sa Ghana for no bunyina wu kwa na Sam Kwasi Mpanyini George. Okuja tabra kwa Jimmy, Sembo Grass. Afreja to. I Mr. Avatar. And then the poor Ghanaians now can it be our TV so and one winner was sent to say and come for Sabio, young Katasu, you coffee no. So the poor Ghanaians and Omunino Muana, and then whom now your foreign minister who lead the legate young can say and Crawford Mokwa could decide way at the Amagana mine. Abusiam 4. Have you seen now the hypocrisy in these people? Abusia? Have you seen how NDC put on their what they call the propaganda machinery massively to deceive each and every Ghanaian? So you can't them said the media, the whole media houses in Ghana, they are all bogus. A Jimmy Fonkwa. The majority of all the media houses are a war mine no more moye a radio presenter and wine. In Kurasi Fonkwa. Media houses are Senya bang or tia kunyasu ni tresi kama omudia omuntimi manage omumedia no enfantry omojuma ye foka. Media houses are their duty as a media house was supposed to be the fourth pillar of the state and komoye neutral. Nanka asemusi omobeka de nyansa wom any din in the wom e de akere omanba no. Omumbom na omoye the two anaso mo na omoye akwanya ye faso e de din tro e de kere omanba no. The media houses in Ghana are very bogus, useless media houses. They have no relevance in the eye of people. Every media house in Ghana our ye politics are not pa. Media houses are not pa. Edu are not pa. No more sorry. No more tientium. No more kasakasano. Bra. They have no idea of what political media space. Bra. Alupre we omukwa akotoyi. Yenti media house bia. Washada are taking a time. Are taking a space. Say all educate Ghana for about what the NDC government, IFN John Daliga Dramani Mahama, epese omfa Ghana for yesika enye. Every media house in Ghana has tended to be NDC burden. Mema Mr. Keba mema mwakwaba. Adia nkrofo we the media house. Edi ye nanado danko akufuado. Enkwasia interview ananyansa ni mo bo modern. Ehwe ye se omobeyo. Enkrofo bi no ma ye nim so mo ye NDC fo na omo de. Omo metena aseda enkasamfa policy initiative ho. Now mom de omo ye nyina ne se omo build up negativity in the society. Said that be ombenya kwanya ababedi to me. Sam Crawford no mom na the Ghanaian media houses. Ehye danante ekohwe won achi akwan. Say omo promo ene omo aye interview. Me aba ma. Obese Mr. Mafudi nte wadwai. Bra me nyaye. Na asem bi wo ho a na eye ahi. Ade bi wo ho a eye na eye ahi. Say enipa dasani tumetrase. Etumetrase. Etom ni nim de. Ton ni nim de for money sikanti otumi ton ni nim de. na oton ne man a otimu bi edema ntebe akohifo ene ignorant the higher level of ignorant a jimmy for pom wo man num otimi ton wo man de show munsam na wo makwan emebetena wo media nim wo radio so wo TV so edin tro eka nsem a wo ankasa woto a wuti asem no wonim se asem akwa ikanyansa nim na wo makwan ma nipa no betena ho ne nyina ne se Ghana the media houses se wo Ghana no se aban ote akonwa so anhwe wona omo media houses no ebegu na mo bi media no ye den mo bi media no se mo de bese mo man anansa mo de beye adwuma ama mo man de ntie ewraje kufo ene na nado danko akufo ado e ma kwan se nka media the media houses munya no e wa manyo semu na de NDC Jerry John Lawrence de ye mo no esuntwa no na it was not for say momra na money party for emeka mom na monton omoman for no reason. It was saying kamo mo be yen krofo a mo be kitaba na nkas bra de bi nkoyie no matumi abie ma no aka bi ama no kore wom no ababonten. But the media houses in Ghana and they have all tend to be political media house, affiliated political media houses. Entialu prewe yo NDC for ekwa akotoi. Oti se obi kasafa ho a na se oye media house a de obeka ne se NDC for ekwa akoto alupre. But ensema omo kan ne David fan NPP ni na nando danko akufo ado ho. Se ekom de yen. Ye ho kire yen. Ye ni sika adentia president no ene sansem no mo nkan biem enkwasiafo ne agimifo no nyina se ewe de ehon ehia pa. But you say what is not good yesterday shouldn't have been good today. Me Kofi Frank mo akwaba. De enra na mo se enye. De enra na mo se enya adepa. De mudi gina so kan se enya adepa no ene ye worse. Because first na mo se Ghana for ehon kire won light boy den enso boy den. And now me no kasa enso boy ekosoro. Light boy ekosoro. Aduane boy ekosoro. Aduadifo niam yento. So people are still suffering. And the identity and nedie. Alupre tono ababe ya depa. Ama all the Ghanaian media house in the country. Obiani wa wakasa fa alupre we ho a sabio watumi akasa NDC for wa humusu ne ban. Akobi amete se o comment won say I do be na ye politics na mo menye ni ye. What does this means? I tell you, say yanka say yamfa yenim de ne ye nyansa anjeje ne ma na ekese ye betie de kwasiampanyi ne beti say Captain Smart beka Jimini beti na janto abeka all the affiliated media houses e wo Ghana de omo beka bra e be say ye daache ye be say ye man ye beton ye man de amankrofo nyansa ne nimde obi ne omutim ene ne ene on se media houses no mo aye cool saade we NDC for ye. If the Ghanaian media houses are conscious na senkomo ye media houses are omo dwena omo man ho a enka they will condemn the NDC for ye ni dabi nanso no akwese bibia ye okay for them ene de obi ase ye kama yento praying eniema na NDC for se na do pen wo pray mu nti eye luxury eye sika kese eye sikafo eye Arabian ken their manner of living no sa niema na pepepe ene pre na omko akoto no ewom na eduru ba bia NDC for efa Ghana for te say ye nkurase for eduru ba bia NDC for omdwe se Ghana for ye nkurase for na omutumi ya ma ne tumi ba be ye den e be ye possible say amanfo sha ase e follow into the trap because bra you can never come and tell me say a private jet team adware nim man ka say adware ba bia ye dware ye team ye ko dware e de nsu e ko ohoro ye ho adware ba bia opese wo nko toilet obetumi akobi obetumi ahohoro wanim untu me kan kire me say there is a private jet sa commodities no ebi nim common train kura na eruane city to city kura no adware ye wo ma opese wo ohoro wanim onko toilet wo pese wo njonso kura na ebi wo na campese a train na enam wiem a etu a ebi ebedi 5 hours e wo wiem na nra ene miti yura je kufo na interview be na am kase dabi and this is the most useless and the most on identity what them call political party omoni su ne ban omusu ne omoban ene kontompo ne nabraba na Ghana fo ya tumi atena ho mo tumi adada yen se alupre wo yi adware ye wo alupre ma e kire se nipa no di usika na wo so to na wagye adi alupre so to tumi di 5 hours 10 8 11 ebetumi di even 10 hours e wo wiem ansene be gina 18 that 10 in 10 11 9 7 hours no se Johnson de wa ehena obeko obiri bi aba omu na opese wunya bingu a eno so no ehena obeko betu etumi transe eyeye ho ena ye de ye hiafo omudi esika ene aba ene ko hwepire na andisifo ekwa akoto anyway
si oga de chopam nyafu amemu a akufo ado ebeja sikatwitwe didi ma oman Ghana se yemfanye mpuntunjuma na oman Ghana enko nanim no NDC ediomo nsa abom eyi sikatwitwe di 6.9 trillion edi akoto presidential jet a eye the most expensive jet a ewo ewiate afane nyina sa Falcon 6S yi eye presidential jet a yaye no foforo kra eye 2025 jet a eye empa ene washroom toilet ni bibia ewom kama ya yedi esi hono mo aye tono $60,680,000 ena NDC ni mahama de omunsa boga ne sikam eyi sikatwitwi di $629,048,000 yakwakoto enka ne sika 6.9 trillion ebusia for many workers say teachers for nurses for doctors for public workers for ni na adwa efri sika mpoko edi betuo mo ka bro mo sha say ye adwuma no ye ntimi ntuo mo ka ye de 9% salary increment and I can pay ho abra kufa do ko ja mo 30% salary increment si ebeka ya insuo mpokora emba wo ye mfie mu ai wo se de sika eye ho adwuma emma Ghana yetumnya insuo e wo ye mfie mu se sika no ena John Dramani Mahama de nsa bom edekoto presidential jet yebeka ya electricity tariffs aye tututum si ebehu a 24-hour economy a sebi adwuma bi ani hono ma nkola ne yei development bank a atonso mu no any promises a NDC for be promise ye ni na no ni na koye na da entroning dada NDC for de be dada Ghana for no eno na sisi a NDC for yi a kire yen se sa na omo no mo nyansa mo do ma dwene ena bebu oman no monhwe sene oman Ghana elko basaye na Ghana aye din na niema nko yoton aye ntoi ehu sika ni nyina na NDC for de omonsa ko bom edakoto presidential jet 6.9 trillion omondwene Ghana for honkora and there unnecessary from the recruitment ban ato so some fun necessary bia and some promise almost automatic posting and so the necessary for no agenda 111 and ke wo hanka motumi say sika yi bi ayi ni na ma necessary for benya adwuma ne yenso yetumi akọ asopiti wo mu no enne mu de say sika ni na to private jet. This is the NDC you people voted for. And trolling that down, that Ghana for no say you to for we don't rise and then reject the NDC ya or more than trust say ya no mabe say oh my Ghana NDC for ya mambo ya for na mo my reject your mo now.
Yes, abusia enti ensema sami jamfi ka ye ni nyina enkontompo ne nabraba sami jamfi ebedi gu yewura na nado danko akufu ado so. Say you another there or prepare sabio man nipa tentene for the adwade wom de saa pray na bi ene na ndi sifo ekwa akoto ohun nipa dasani ni su ne ban ohun onipa dasani ni su ene ne ban ene enkrofo we nsa kan tumi ni wie no promises ankrofo we promise ye ni nyina no mo agya de ato baabi ena omo ye de omo ebeto ye ena omo di de omo beto ye eso. There is no single promise ankrofo we making ya as at now omo atime deliver anaso omo ahya asempo so omo ye bibi de afa ho ye na omo ye no ane se yakogina shortcut uhwe project na do sha ase ana ye na ya stop fo na ya san ba ya chibiem se ye na ye di we baaye can there titro pot yankro promises ankrofo we promise ye 24-hour economy ekosi sen 24-hour economy ekosi sen John Dramani Mahama jina Ghana fo anim kan kire mo se ye nto aba ma no na yare sabia ahodo a yewura na nado danko akufo adugusu a osi ewo manum aye fa na agenda 111 oba obeto aso na se wo ye nurse ni na wo wie nursing training na waba wadwuma ye bra ekosi sen yesi e ba be kreti enyuma 1 job 3 shift what you want them ye ko adwaso e ko market ahodo ene adwadifo ko di nkomo ka kire won se especially the adwadifo ma monto abama ye na ye de se ye ba ye be si bank bi a bank no de ye be ye nyina ne se one adwadifo ma ene be di nsawo so ye ko ye first budget bank no ya nka ho asem second budget bank Ghana mrache se ansa na obetuma establish bank e wo Ghana manmo aye aban mra etire se e wo se wunya anya hwe 400 million ansa na watumi asset bank NDC kwakwahwe akwafo koyo omo se omo kosetre bank beto mukita 50 million and omo de kosetre bank abra mra ne ye mo de mo na mo eye aban na mra ye de govern on what them call establishment of bank. Confusion ankasa. Confusion. The omokaye no, they knew definitely say enya de bia na nkom omo betumi aye o. Na mbom se de mahama kan de be no Ghana for masum ye mode. Enti e ba ne e be kansama be ye mode. Ensama muhu amani beje. Ensema eno na mo party a eno ne ba ne sa wo beto aba e de amaye eno na madamfo ya mi osika madamfo ya kobi wura madamfo ya chicken father madamfo ya chicken father o say na de o copy the same manner kobi wura and chicken pox or copy the same manner the same campaign be because Ghana for ya sum ye yende enti yenka de yentumi ye no ane se be sound well enkrofo ba ye eniema papa mpo na ya ye no omo se no they are destroying it niema papa abanda da ne ye ya e wo se nkase bi oba ye so anya bi ama wahye ye mo ne kro no oba ye sabi ade papa bi mpo na wuntumi nye mono ade papa mono bi ana ade mono bi na wuntumi mfamba mpo na at least maintain the egusu ayeyo ade papa na ayeyo no omo ase ni nyina ade papa no omo ase ni nyina what the ne kwasem panyin Sam George Oka o see the drone delivery system no be twem betonam ena osan kwasiasa e wo party alatani kwasiam panyin we e be di minister e wo yenso adentia Ghana fo ye pentro ye penkontompo ye pe atwa mene obi ode ne hu bia e ye enemy all the omode ye yen Eniema na omo ka kire wo na me no so nti a obufu ya ode koto abade ma omo no. Ena omo ba akonwa mu no. Saa niema no na omo ye de a kire. Look at what is going on Kumasi Accra Road. When nipa omo wu ho. Every day, every week. Every day and every week. I know bisa on say nipa dodo se na ewu ewo Kumasi Accra Road. As John Darigad Mani Mahama ba ye no. Wan fe na ye ne priority o. Wan fe na ye ne priority. Nambom no. Presidential jet no betnam and or de one of the first things. Abra Baby ade chia anya hwe nipa nan nipa mienu etumi wu kwa ewo Kumasi to Accra highway so project oba ya na aban foforo de nsa ahyem a say no kore se wo nsema na wo ti opposition na wo ka what actually you stand for enka oba ye na wa dalete all the force una wo do asem about big push. Nanka wadareti this big push agenda way. Nanka the best 1 year. Aye Kumasi to Accra dualization. Nanka Ghana for adishi omohiro omonkwanda bia eswate. Eni padodo no omu na hu hia wo. But wonkwa. Ene nkwase afoka krabi ode omobeben wo. Atukwan. Monkwa ne hu hia wo. Enti enko spend 60 million. Enko ne enko to pray family Messi Jubilee House. Jubilee na nkrofo we ho andi sipa odadinya Jubilee House aye kone kwakosi Jubilee House enam anisuade hunu ebi ne ndisi amanyokuo anim na omon fere ade amotimi ba abonten ebegina nsimpie so eka kire Ghana for se Jubilee House no eye nkukobuo ye ba ye ntenam no ena e ho na mahama ne nkrofo edi won kwe omo mfere ade we sun kofi mu akwaba Jubilee House na yesi na ye nkukobuo eho hia ye mpe no ena e ho na mahama to edi ne nkwe ye kwa akoto private jet abe pake asi ho na eduru se mahama pese onko baabi na omfa na shawofo ma no ntukwan a wasese omo agum na ode omo akọ. But at the same time no every day Kumasi to Accra manfu ewu Jo Mahama say fe no koye feasibility studies koye obefa so obe create an express road aye different enti sika ye de ahye Kumasi to Accra road no mana na do ye ne dada no onyansanfo John Darega Dramani Mahama enkwasiafo bi ahye ase so we need that term no osida bi sa ka no ayabo no yem parking go ho ehun hia enye ne bottom sika eye wu sika enti ehun hia tax bibreba watua no ehun hia yen we have to abandon that afa no koye feasibility studies no dey express road ebe join Kumasi to Accra aye no eye solely for Kumasi and Accra. Na me nkese matramburu chiache because we say me channel we so mpanfo na hwere pa o man bi ti say Ghana manya ye ahiafo John Darega Dramani Mahama ye die hia ansa ye die fata say no krepa say wo pese wonye express road a eye toyabo tobo me fan say utua ho ka ansa wafa so a you don't need to invest government money. Me above Vivian Kuma me makwaba. So see no krepa se wo dwene o man Ghana ho nti opese wunyi express road dia. Enye for free. Na mom Ghana for man o mode o mo ka be fa so no ebetua sika dia. John Darega Dramani Mahama sa ka akwan no enye abanya djuma kope private developer. Kope private developer. Now on an agreement, your agreement ni mienu ne wom. Baako okache ne se udie yi kwan no na meye wo property na faje sika. Ana ye baako bi nso ho yi ka kwan no na faje sika wote woka wia fa ka kwan no ma Ghana aban na nka wo aban no enam say ye wo responsibility say wo be kreti e ka kwan de ama wo man ma no Kumasi Accra road na do shase je kufo shase a mo betena so 8 years 2009 to 2016 a mo amfa sabio break ba ko kranto form no na nke no de oman ni sika eden aye je say enkrofo no ye ntebe na parliament emukita about 183 MPs omunye debate o Jimmy yeah no eno ano omote ho obi suso de a o say spirit spirit you come amanfo ma for free because of mismanagement and lack of knowledge e de be manage Ghana for ma amanfo wu a yetumbe jina ehwe wanim kan chose nyankopon na afre won sa nipa ne honorable person me tax ene di tua na kaboso me entebe ni nkurasefo ne asesa mo ne apake omo agu parliament wo say twem en discourse ye ni ideas ye nwene o man ne nkoso daache de ye hwe nyina ne se ye benya power na ye wia o man no ya je akatua mu eturu eno ane da yanim enti John Mahama kwa akoto pray no NDC ni bia ne ho tumi ka kire nse papa saadi we ye sori tia enti nkoyo ni ma me da na pia me akwa papa John Daliga Dramani Mahama se okwakoyi express road okwo bie na no aka no NDC ni bia no ka kire nse papa ye nkura kwan dada no ene na ebetumi aye awie ntem na aye den atwa owuo dodo no so e wo man no mu na ye no wie a na ye kwakoyi kwan foforo bi mpo na ya ye ho adwuma NDC for ni eni sa nyansa no MPP ni a woye minister of road na ogo access to data of car and motor accident e koso wo man no mu e kan say papa ye ni kan kura car kwan we wi a ene de NDC for etwena ahoma say ompese enkoso ebeba kumase na se sabio car kwan ye ada hodada mpo e na ye yo emfie nan emfie nwotwe ye nyanyin wie ya car kwan afi na odi aso ekobo fom a wonim ba bi ebefa feasibility studies ye nyeye ehefa na ye de befa ye nyeye netia ye koyi car kwan na free so afa so ye nim the type of soil ye nim se people kese bi si ye nim ye de machine ko shema kotu amena fam a ebedi 2 years ye nim but ye de ano atotuo say in 4 years we are going to complete that road. Now microphone o montin sama ase no ebo monsam John Mahama is a whole. Me say every Ghanaian that voted for NDC but bi oti bia me say wanu ho. MPP ni so awotena fia of a kobi edada wo amo ankoto aba bia na me say won so wanu ho. Yesi kuro ebehu bohabehu na de omi akuro no so no ono so obehu bi because the sapo nsuo no ma nsuo no be hye no ene ne ye ne bra ene ne ye ne enkontompo ankrofo we di kire ye nyina ene ame no kasai bibia beda di se omo ya kohwifo na me say me person ka me ya advert dia ma delay but se wo MPP nsem ahu Ghana man kwanya ye fa so a ye chichire Ghana man ene hwan na deserve say o say only Ghana man anima delay aye Ewura Jeku for interview bi the interview was very 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 powerful kona kopebitie and you will see say even enyema bi wo ho a ye de bo Rollins abaso no san Jeku for adwuma bra ye bo no as secretary of local government na ya Gen Z foi me kura me Gen Z ni the Gen Z ni bi ohotumi edwene ko animu advance ne ho become a level-headed man and a nurse for you promise you more automatic posting ebirum omotifie a teacher for na nurse for mu ye adwuma since mahama betra konwa so omunya kapre amanfo demonstrate across the country but the campaign message of this man calm man and he say me banaba betia konwa na matua moka yie na ma mo adwuma ni be kreti nyuma. All the promises that this guys promised omon sama na me no so ntia Ghana for to aba mo omo no omo agya ya kiredie e na omo ye de nsani de mfata. Pediade MPP aban on Galamsey. Ene Galamsey achim oda MC o NDC ni o tu Galamsey. NDC ni opeso tu Galamsey bi oju 20,000 na wa mo akwanya se tu Galamsey. Achim oda men America odo oppose you me I will come and prove my evidence. Ye di Galamsey chichire MPP for yes party for so mu hia sika enkontompo ne nkwase akeka ene de jo mahama sika na hia sika enti safro yes say yenso na oman ne nya sika kora enye hwe eno the media house because Ghana media are the most stupid people in the omoche NDC for because NDC ni anya hwe no or when a personal interest ntia oyo de oyo no twa nkontompo na odada oman for no na monso media house for so Mojuma pa ene sen. Mojuma pa ene de wo. Nka mojuma ene sen ka be fourth realm of the state. Na nka nokure neutral position unyina fa. De obehu no nokure wom na nka waka. Now they educate the man and the men in the country. But what do we see? The Yehun say NDC in opposition was controlling the media. NDC in opposition was controlling the media. NDC in power through the 73 million Ghana cedis budget to Feriso Usukwache is still controlling the media. And you go my num and NDC for a fight to say Kanane and Nyan and a more tete. And a ye dintro. And a ye bojo mahama say and a ye kad ye hu ye ninanti nina say a pure moka. And omo de omo pe. Na me ba na ya ba bedin komo. Tie video we na tie na yemna yechi.
This is a transoceanic and a transcontinental.
When he used it for watching the UN,
I was there for the UN General Assembly.
The engines failed. The engine failed.
Machines at the President Mahama 2015. President Mahama actually had two incidents, 2015 and 2014. That's why it has three engines. When one engine fails, nothing fatal.
The president has to make an emergency landing.
After 30 minutes it was not something to be scary about. Look, it is not. Look, President Mahama had the same incident twice. It didn't stop President Mahama from using the power.
Like flying.
Look.
A few moments later.
And do you think the aviation sector needs a retooling? And the talks about the presidential jet, do we need a new one?
I will leave those matters for the investigative board that the president has commissioned to look into this tragedy. They should come up with their recommendations, and I'm sure they will come to us in cabinet and in parliament.
Yes, and it's one thing here. You catch it. Sabio okuja tabra kwase pray na mosema ye nkonkoto no na na do kotena mu no engine ba ku breakie kwase ampanye ne hwe post na nim ka kire ne se engine no kura breakie enye hwe betene Jimmy we ena ye de one na ye de delegation a omokwa akoto lupre na de aba etibisa se adentia enipa dasani etumi transe edibone a entise we okuja tabra kwa na kan kwa asem we okuja tabra kwa na timi gina na no kan se na nadom furu pray na onwu na owu kura enye hwe metene de John Mahama ehuhia John Dariga Dramani Mahama yobia oye nipa bia ne huhia ye mpa John Dariga eye nipa bia oye nipa titire de ma o man Ghana ono no ye gonja de hyekono osanso yo mampanyina ya gina tom enti se ofa pray anase ye pray na e wo ho no asɛ ya ye ntofoforo ma no mesanado de oya aboa bi enti omfa pray na asɛ na onko owu enye hwe okuja tabra kwa baabi obi a nyankopɔn hata soro ebetua wo ka empre aduasa ahenkono aduanan aduonum empepepe wona nyankopɔn de ama wo wiase unni ni nyina da ebi ubefiri mu ntam woyɛ nipa bɔne wudi nipa mutwa ntro we nyina de gye tumi ene muna mokɔ akoto pre enti abusua asɛm a mepɛ sɛ menka na wonte aseɛ na wuhu de enti ena me ba ya madwa na me kasa kodoɔ ni nyina ne sɛ NDC for mo esori ekuti a alupre tono ene omumom akwakoto pre na ne bo no ye 60 million US dollars. Yenti a video way na yen shift into another fake promises NDC are buying NDC in opposition then omutumi ton magana for jitu mu koto aba ene omo atwe omo ho afri sa promises no so na omucha nkontompo ade Ghana for yenti video emna sesia
2019 on similar foreign travels of the president. Sadly, this is happening at a time our state presidential jet, the Dassault Falcon 900 EX, which was bought with our taxes by President Kufuor at a cost of $45 million in 2008, is available and in fact in a pristine condition. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, let us put aside our partisanship and think as Ghanaians. And imagine the developmental projects these monies could have been used for in the health sector, or in the education sector, or in the road sector, or in the energy sector, among others, for the benefit of the people if government has set its priorities right and shown a modicum of sensitivity to the plight of suffering masses. If Akufo-Addo had cut his coat according to the size of his cloth, imagine the savings would have made. Today you hear all manner of comical excuses for this wanton dissipation of taxpayers' money. That though the president is renting luxurious jets at a cost of sometimes $20,000 per hour, $14,000 per hour. Why? Because our president has become so tall that when he sits in the Falcon 900, which is one of the best presidential jets in Africa, he's become so tall that he cannot stretch his legs. Yet George Oponwia, the president of Liberia, has become so short that he can sit in these same jets and travel around with it.
Yes. Asema samija Afrika ye nyina. Ene me bisa sa asem ne se. Enti sa sika we ya. Ye dey koto pray. $60 million no. Ye ntimi mfansi school dai. Ye ntimi mfansi aka akwan. Ye ntimi mfansi sabio ayare sabia na. Ni nyina ebetum dia ye. Enti we the biggest scammer and this for scam Ghana for ene ababe to dwape fe se omo sheda echichire ye epam kaba e de hye yewura na nado because they knew say omo kan Ghana for beje di omo kan so a Ghana for ebe follow into it. Now mami nwura mu kakra na yentie papa bi nasem yefiri ho a na aba different thing.
It makes you a certain sense of responsiveness. How long would you personally want to wait for president consultations? For how many years?
There be I don't know. I'm not the commander in chief. I'm not an expert on security matters, but I want to believe he is receiving his advice. But beyond this declaration of a state of emergency, which and it is my call. Minya said because I believe there should be a certain sense of agency be for no beyond that no I think that Ghana for you know in Shishaya aban no edi egu akwemu a ade no to enye de entwae but san Shishaya aban ni egu akwemu gidi se de da ne nyina no ye san niema ne nyina
Shishaya ben na aban we di egu akwemu a aban da na anye bi
name one declaring of that those areas as security zones. Declare that Galams Bibia for saying in Roma forest reserves, and I'm seeing almost on the repeal of the L.
Yeah, it has not been done.
That that allows people to mine, you know, in the forest. Okay, I mean, why should we have a law that allow people to mine in protected areas? It is being repealed. Look. Me say anya hwe kra no obi anya hwe kra no now there can be no development without cohesion and unity of purpose. Anya hwe kra no under this regime no across the political divide no there is a consensus that Galamsey must be fought.
Has there been a timer?
What you say make us say little bra na ye ko ebi no ka say Galamsey kra de ye nko ebi no ka say Galamsey it does not it has no health implication. Really? Oh one T say one T MPB so gina simple so kasa one T. Hey,
any health
me say almost say Galamsey na what health implication na one T. Me dem tea me hwe so TV so me patrol and to the bia wo so to the bia wo so to me sisi waso
what I heard rather they say honorable are you a friend
me say mobie di me mobie di
tea me say me ka say omuntimi nko Galamsey na omun lusu aba
papa
but one can say any health implication
papa me say well you will meet me dem tea me mobie aso din here but me share say at a certain point in time, no, as a nation, we're polarized in the fight against Galamsey, and those who were pushing that it be addressed, it be tackled, no, were attacked,
were targeted,
were targeted. They were attacked, and they called them all manner of names. But now, at least we are together. Now there is a certain consensus amongst all of us, and those who are calling for more action to be taken, no, they are not being targeted. They are not being attacked. And I think that say yanya hwe kra no se nyina agitum se ade e praying enti yentu anamon a eno na etumi strengthen abansa ema otumi eye nia oye kane no na we were divided enti no then nia odi ewu no ono so play on our division say oh na so omukra no omunye united enti no then o play but now there is a certain consensus among across the political divide. We be careful say, look, this thing is killing us. This thing is an existential threat, and so it must be confronted head on. And I think that fair, we can see say there are steps that are taken. It is not. I will be the last person to say and
we are out of the woods.
No, I mean you are not being fair to the fact. It is still there and then you are trying to be known and saying Naimus Akoinshia I say two be no I mean in as for I mean these are all in Yema abiding here, but then of course there are casualties. Well, once you are going to fight these things, people will also fight you back. But there are steps, and we are hoping, and we are still calling on government, urging government. Me catch President Mahama say, I know say ope a legacy hunter. Now one of the key legacies will be to me the Eja in Chileman, and to is also to go down in our history record. Say onono abreso. And I be it to me fight reduce Galamsey to its best.
Yes, and this is Professor Jumper. Now in times ago, in other moment, na MPP for a teakunyum. This man was somebody another be or see in declare state of emergency, but also on your expert, on the commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces. Onun to me when able to me Akwantia Galamsey. But I say another finally Ghana for nyina yakay ho abom. See Uncle Galamsey. Professor Jampo, are you so stupid like that? And you want this if one and copy him. A copy him. Baby Galamsey for ye Juma. A concussion so Munye Galamsey, Namodium Bombe Jaumo. And yan this if we yan or Mokofa Bokina for buy so Mume Galamsey. But Professor Jampo say, Sabreno. Na a MPP for bid and no one person on Galamsey. Professor, what's your for Professor? Mr. Sexy. Mr. Sex for degree. So Nima. Asama okay, backfire your party very well because actually say a mum man this if one amu position that time and an amu ne pay some of them home bedje Galamsey fight him. Ama eswatwa. But MPP for a draw mine no. Enim say Galamsey nya de pa no. Abre at your position no. Enya afeni ebeye se dabi omu sisiri mo. Dabi. We know say it's a national canker and if we need to fight it, we must do away with political affiliation. Well, some buy and mumpa for no mum na etu Galamsey. Mumpa info na etu Galamsey. Mesi achimoda MC otu Galamsey. Esansu jisika free Galamsey yese ho. Emo mo akwanya mo mutu Galamsey. Kokuma asena kohwe. Joseph Yemi oso ompe position bia. Yenya na mani ntu Galamsey. Yenya no. Ono na juma opese aban ne mfama na mane nyene se. Yebeja no. Na obehye wuram. Na obetu ni Galamsey. Eno nti oye campaign de ma mahama. Eno nti o mobilize funds sika e de support to mahama. Na ni campaign. Ene de Professor Jampo ntumi nkasa biemo. Professor Jampo ntumi nkasa campaigns binom e wa Asante region. Ene de Professor Jampo kana no atomo hu se Galamsey ekoso. O se ene de sabio Ghana man asundua bam. Yankopon a ohatasro ene betua ka Professor Jampo. Yame ebeku nya wonko a woni nkrofo be mapake mo e wo ha ye betie. Abusafo me pese ye nwura mu into something very serious. Your friend 24-hour economy. Men che wo ho but I want the message to be solid.
This platform that churns out nothing but the truth. Right. That all the flyers in circulation with the pictures of our national chairman Johnson as Edwin Ketia, Joyce Muktari, Bauer, spokesperson to John Mahama, Joseph Yamin, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, with various quotations as attributed to them on the 24-hour economy, are all fake news. They are fake news.
Let's watch some small video and so that we can comment. Let's watch this video.
Bread and butter issues is the 24-hour economy.
The 24-hour economy. Very well. The 24-hour economy. We're talking about infrastructure. He said that look, we must continue with our program to have every regional capital having an airport. He's talked about the need to have in agriculture to have farm banks.
So I keep asking
cooperatives. So
wakaso about 24-hour economy. Obi. Me no waka say. Watch for one in the ton watch it after 6 p.m. Nipas, is it the regular practice?
Maybe because there is no demand.
Absolutely. So
at that time.
So you have to stimulate that demand.
You have pharmacies that are operating 24 hours. They provide security at a cost. President Mahama says the state will take that responsibility to provide security for you. Fuel stations no longer run 24 hours except few.
So if I hold on. I'm just trying to understand. So if I should open my business at night, I shouldn't pay for security.
No, yes, the state
government will pay for security for me.
That is what the President Mahama says.
Is that possible?
No, President Mahama says that we are going to focus on private entities, particular manufacturing and industries. He made mention of even fuel stations. He made mention of pharmacies. The responsibility to maintain security in the state is the responsibility of the police. And the reason why fuel stations only few have been closed at night, happened under their administration.
How is that so?
President Mahama says is that, look, we will provide security for industries and businesses who apply to take advantage of the 24-hour economy.
And government will pay for security?
The government will provide security. What are the police there for?
Do we have the money for that?
Don't we have police officers who can patrol the streets?
No, but you're talking about security. I mean, a lot of these businesses have their personal security.
I am saying that the president says that that personal security, which you spend so much money, for which reason you can run your pharmacy 24 hours, the state is going to take that responsibility. That is the 24-hour economy.
At what cost?
Oh, at the cost of the state.
It's a 24-hour economy. No. No, you're saying. You be identify sectors you be to me with revenue, with resources, with even technical knowledge, with security. Na ya boamu ebia factory bi ana company bi wo free zones na ya boa omo na omo to me asesa because ebia omo machines nkrapo no ebia capacity no eni ho and say ye recalibration be inti it will be carefully examined and then the companies and now factories and now business establishments are able to make a yes adjustment no ye apart from that no so no labor and conform be ye adwuma no as I say ye in hihye emra as I say emra sesa into even policies and laws ni nyina no ebesesa to realign into nyoma bebre be sesa nhihye ye be ye nhihye bebre but the basic idea no say instead say we be ye adwuma 9 to 5 no ye hye say ye be twe aye adwuma 9 to 5 7 to let's say 12 and then 1 to let's say 6 now yenya more employment yenya more resources and revenue yenya more products and a bigger market, especially for your exports into ye betumi ahwe poultry ye betumi so ahwe some aspects of farming and some production. This is the idea. Nano yi ma ye na wasena ye mfa wode no ensi
about the 40 day our
24 hours economy
na sa de no o ti ase
24 hour economy no oni obi ati ase very very simple sisi ase ya buy about 10 ekobot 10 abona ekobot 10 ya pon another president another program it was it's another 24 hours na yakọ anim anambwa ya pon mo show na still on header ho anambwa who put my serious na sada so from 10 to 11
off
mo pon but another political program enkoso biom another anambwa
it can be 24 hour economy
that's your host here
that's politics
yes not so host here to aso ono so pon pa na omo mudi ono so aba na yakọ anim still no pon obi amfiri ase na ase ejuma to aso
na ye pon
mo pon but a program is a program ne pon anambwa program ne pon ya pon sisia empefo ta mo twen na ga o se nyata no bebre because on se me kura book na me buy say 1 hour na 2 hours na ya to aso and 12 2 na ya pon e kofie
na mo so pon na fufraba the politics throughout
na policy say be another ifofro peace FM me say mo this way mo blah 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 sa we sin na no na omoso bon wudowuro na say jman na ekoso en never my economy yet me abo so economy yet nya ne tantantam
24 hour economy no dia ya ba ne say abai ebetwa electricity boa ewo fam kura e dia ma enyuma yefo a mo be ba juma anajo no ma be ya juma enti mo amoye fundraise mo amoye welders mo amokra cars ni dia mane ma mo hia electricity pa no mo penufo na mo juma emfaso abamu a mo be sign na mo ba juma anajo use electricity a na ne boa ya dey akofom wo mo ya iron rods ene ya mo use nyama wode kese no mo be ye mo adwuma anajo a wo be hu se anyama wode bo obekọ fam pa aboamo ama manya mfaso na maburu no so wo manya adwuma ai
megidi yesese party no tumi tina ase na mutwiro se senior bekọ no na munyina ma no eye ba ko a megidi se beboa yen
o ma prof nje wu ya baba
na wadwen na kasa na onye correct intinenta
Debbie prof
the eyes cannot see what the brain does not know
with the prof with the
I think I've just been insulted but
that's the same that's the same ubisa in chechemupe this is the posture
yes I think we are drawing the curtains here my name as you know Akwasi Bodi Acrobat
home touch yeah juma na che or experience it is also so na sia minister say no ba be di ha see o so ba be di ha o fi o ba be di ha so ba be di ha it to push a lot of guys so almost you go see you one of the implementation you cry ba here or be di ha means na gane here there 95 ebema ya toniane no proud to that no ebema marketing value no side akwaso no international communities no so be head that fly be say a 24-hour economy no aye kan wase no yetima ye dia ye kom ni ko suanya sanso free.
Yes, me bema. Video a me bo kire wi. O se me kire wo enipa ahodo a omo ano edim e wan disi amanyokom a. Omo ba abonten be kan se mo edi kire Ghana for se enam we sunti Ghana for enkoto aba emfama won. Na omo ba na omo aba beyo ne ye. Na asedun katia kan asem bi a sa asem no edamitim edaso damitim ene. Asedun katia gina ho point black. E kan kire Ghana for se omo ba na omo aba betete. Sabio anyinamu kane abo so ama production akofom bra since NDC take power up to now ya to electricity mun 28% up to just 9 months it was say 24-hour economy no eyaza 24-hour economy no eyaza say ye mu binom ye fato ye ho so say we were willing and we were there for Ghanaians intino ye din chekire mu bra Ghana for me personally me can say nkane abo u use na anajo a e wo wiase ba bia ne bo e wo fom because anajo enye nipa nyina e na use nkane amanfo eda nyina munkane ne wa de bi ho ye fa ni peak demand enipa dodo omu gina so atoa se omu hia nkane a se nipa dodo ko gina so se omu hia eya na ne bo okosoro ete se wo niema wo ton ye ton ne market bra nipa dodo ohwehwe na ne bo okosoro nipa dodo ohwehwe na yate so enti anajo eye bere bi a ba bi owo wiase bi a uyusu kane a ne bo wo fom essence obe yusu na wia asie dun katia de we be ye campaign say anajo mbetete kane aso de amagana for ya e wa bruche bebre ye washing machines no ne ye plate bowl washers no ye from say machines ye de si ye de hohoro plate no minim say no si frɛ ne brofum ye so ne anajo because anajo ne bo fom me fie washing machine a medicine ne ma anajo na me so no because ne bo fom but we are trans ma amamfo de deceive yen say no 24-hour economy ntino u use night anajo ane bo beba fom abusia when him go ase there is no single promise that John Mahama make ya wetimi maintaining every promise that they made they have failed and then kania na yatum say bojo ensu na yatum say bojo enti factories na modern kania na ensu na yemo adwuma no John Mahama say oni ntiso bi amfa mamo yatum ye de bia ka mo ya sheda tum e de bia ka mo ho And more be my country say IMF conditionality. Say IMF conditionality kurampona. Brado mahama ti opposition. No nim say wo and the IMF. And also acquire IMF for paying. Ono the empody or the corona. Se when you say corona se when and a call IMF so ko hiamboa. Enti onim says IMF the conditionality mawa you cannot escape it. And in any case, na yen trone na dan in kontompo no mde chire Ghana for. Yem fa no so na yen koyenim concerning the light. Almost in come the Ghana for. Mokai budon en kokomwa den chem ne chine bene 24-hour economy. Ye ba besi chine bene ne mpon ye from say achichide nom ne hwan ne okwo jata ne sebo ye besi ba bia momo atoro afa ho wate ho asem ye nte ho asem yes ye ba be provide security a police for ye ntua wonka ye be provide security radio stations omo be ye adwuma non stop enye radio station no programs no omo ye no. So we ye kukuruku say and kebe kukuruku anopa awia anwumere 24-hour eno. And so yetumi transit niema we nyina to mu. Ema nkrofo yi de animu ye form didi ya atem kan se Ghana fo de. Madwene et saying. Se mutumi transit me ye di ntro kire mo. Na magi atum. Na mode atom mo man kan ko e de ama sabio. Ntebe omugu parliament omunim obo budget ya twere ne wom ntebe enkurasefo binom slave queens ahodo NNDC for pack omugu parliament people akura do omunim omuntumi nkan ente ase enhu de ya twere ne wom ene the modern Ghana that J. Kufuor built from 2000. Now we here and then we are prioritizing a map part a chain in Nura Yedebe Manfua or Mobehia Ayadsa. And wom prim and Crofom Behia Yadsa and Tentem. Ayedian sa kwine a bear for Quambi so by it to be dinner come on Tentem no. Ya to ano ono atwene e na yesi ye koto pad de amama ti se de amamfo asori akoma hama na nim se onkoto pad ma wo chese omunnim nyansa ye de bu oman omunnim toto ya ye de chichiro oman omaban no enye creation of employment o a consumption as chene se obumma emfa kwam bi so ma oman no enkreti adwuma ma amamfo nya bi nyo omono apan na tax na ojeje no ene na omuji die na obote ho ase bibi ekoye no wonder say you get a pure the rare and then can say the majority leader in parliament man na ono na di apan ni sika nto to yanim jimi etibejiro ka kiro say ehun hia say be spend this kind of be gi amanfo nkwa na mbom ehun be hia say be yedi sika e be top part e di akọ ema I'm not underestimating any woman. I love you. You are the funders of the world. But the Mahama type of politics are all you are. All the money military form say the man is come with the top part. And then yam one. Intina the yete hono. And then pardon a year to. Pardon so a year to year tomba 45 Ghana cities. And the Amagana for. Yesika yetua. 24-hour economy no. Obi opeso so nkreti adwuma bia. Ekwam bi so be fa so ye adwuma da bia be ye adwuma na ne. Onu mom na egu nyuma na nka ye adwuma 24 hour because that drone delivery system no. Anytime I had the cross, they were there all the time. That was a rare 24-hour economy business and I cost data. I was saying that Jimmy for no maintaining no, but they are collapsing it. Abra moba, only 24-hour economy promise in a buy. Now only be yesterday. these useless people are still acting as if say they are still in opposition. Me they no kra na ye mesere no. Eno na medwene ho a mente ase. Eno na medwene ho a mente ase. Aban baako. Mahama can be for her. President Mahama president can be for her. Minister can be for her. Communicators can be for her. Now social media commentators and so can be for her. Just say east, south, northwest. On till the omo person monyase. Jimmy kwa adrena danya butu. Kwasi ampanyi friend Sam Joy na mi hu no de oyo. Oh, hey Ghana for pa ya to yen kan kwa man kwasi afu. Minister of State pa. Akwana Jimmy amene deputy minister so mu kan ho se da bi o mu ntumi ni akwa no nka nyansasem. Wa Jimmy 24-hour economy na we
economy institution. The law for the 24-hour economy is also in Parliament. The document for implementation is ready, and very soon, because we want 24-hour economy to outlive His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
A few moments later.
If you are waiting for us to bring you a document in Parliament say we are taking so much money to invest in 24-hour economy, you won't see it.
That's enough.
And the promise no. Yeah, the promise him when I'm so amokoto abana wu. You are atwene. We are not doing with that. But sama me way.
Working as 24-hour economy.
I swear to my God. Maami penyin way. CPP ni awadane NDC ni. Na akohwie maame ba tan a sabi o se wo nka wunyina ho ma oman. Mi hu kohwi ni o sene maame way. Mi hu kohwi ni o sene maame way. Timi dwa na numu saa di ntrosa. We na se okorapse ma yeso ane de ko yoko. Wo de wa me famo si ha na yenti video foforo bi. Enti Ghana for John Mahama asked me here for the second time. Try nkontompo wa brim yani so wa dada yen ama ya tonye kale TV akwa akojibraka ho atabesi dan mu a osokura na enye dan enso na ye ya na ye pe ena teacher fo esu nurse fo esu light bill kosoro water bill kosoro enuane ne boa ye den enema yento Ghana ban ene contractors ontua wonka ukokan yesi inflation mo form dollar boa ba form enene me anyo bunu ni onene me wo dollar aba form na inflation aba form na dwadie nkoso wo man no mu a eso mfaso ene de wo he obanyansafo yebunu be na yenka na sem momenti e video we mesem abusia me pese me mfa call kakra bi enti mese ofra na wa ne short na yatumi aka bibia si animo yenti a video we meanwhile I'm waiting for course
voice no any take a listen na menhwe de obeka fa ho.
I am saying that yes, if you want to increase, let us know that it is a conditionality for IMF, because IMF has come to be with us. So you don't break it up to deceive us. If IMF wants 121%, increase 121% and justify it. In my case, when I was at PURC, when the tariffs were increased, this is a justification. As we even sit down here, we were not told why tariffs are being increased. The justification is even poor. Me, I was able to justify for you to refer it to today. It has become a research paper. It has become a research thought. But in this case, as we see today, even the justification is warped.
He's justifying with
Asempa FM. Consistent with your position
yes,
now?
Yes. No, it is not.
It is.
It is not.
I'll come to you.
Is it not?
No, it is not.
Because I didn't say that you shouldn't increase tariff. I said justify. What am I doing now?
What is the justification for this one? What's the justification?
Is it investment in the grade?
Yes. Ultimately, that time what I said, I didn't say that. Do you hear me? I said if it is an IMF conditionality, tell us.
And let
the people know. And this is exactly what I'm saying. And I added that when Meme Wohono, no matter what, if it is 120, I will justify it.
Why are you?
Yes. Did I say that they shouldn't increase?
Very well. Nana, and then we move on to.
I think, your question was based on the premise, Adena tariffs, no, as far as her position is concerned, especially with her current status and her being initially dismissive of it, say, Onukra on Teddy and for kind. And then no sign, they say, oh, no sign the can who say, on fat tariffs in your politics because on what TRC.
Yes.
Okay. Or throw a letter as General Secretary of the CPP then, telling government say, yeah, the COVID levy aba. Now you be see increase the tariff. You for sa COVID levy in your day and knock it off.
Or throw a letter.
Yes. See, General Secretary of the CPP, Nanaya Jantua, the Conventions People Party has appealed to the government to absorb the current electricity tariffs increase by providing utility providers with needed financial support for them to run their operations smoothly until such a time that the current dwindling and harsh economic situation is solved. The party also recommended that the government should use the proceeds accrued from COVID-19 levy to pay for the free water and electricity provided during the height of the pandemic to cushion consumers. This year, almost 34%. At the time, the tariffs by let me.
Abushanfo Mr. Bibi ntimi mfa ko bia but me the video we be jam na yenyina yetie said ye maame na jantoa na nim go ase e wo obi studio ho mo yenyina ntie video we na listen to how she was disgraced purely. She was really disgraced. Me de mo be si ya na o Nyankopon ya adoma me ne mo asan ahia me da mo nyina ase until we meet again. Adios.
It comes to, and then the party made the suggestion in a statement issued and signed by the CPP's General Secretary Nana Ajata. Politics. Yet here you wrote a letter referring government say they should use COVID levy. Now say I will bang presidents now. You are just a stone throw away. And I said, who shoe crab on the door? At day now, one country say D levy no, full levy no, on for offset is our cost no. And even so, 4 cities a gallon is nothing compared to COVID levy no. So, justification of cars is here no is different as far as her position is concerned. How? That's one on tariffs in your politics. But I've shown you clearly that she used it for, or she championed it as politics. She championed it to create disaffection for the government of the day. Videos I can forward all to you.
I want to know the figure.
And this is what
I want to know the figure.
This is what occasioned your transition from CPP to NDC because NDC bidding there now and so and you've been duly rewarded because from CPP General Secretary to NDC staff are there. NHS but you cannot sit here and say that you cannot say one for Nyama because the receipts are here. What the politics? You recommended now I remember TV3 and I'm looking for that footage where she said she has never in the same argument and I showed her a story online. Maybe just a story in a channel. So it's not true that she acts like she's in she's a fair arbiter or she's objective of it. All kind of so sign can say 33 kV lines nothing has been done. Nambisa say grade ben amoka because I want to understand. Say beka ya ban yenim say ye lucy you yenim say ye pame ye jitum. But you can never sit anywhere and say we didn't make any gains or improvements in the energy sector. Commissioned in 2019. Commissioned in 2019. Abuazi Presia 33 kV transmission line project. It happened. It's 33 kV Kumasi Bogatanga transmission line project. She just sat here and says not quite a tree in Bogatanga never. No, but I'm saying any Burkina Faso. So why are we like this? It pains me because what did you do? Sitting on the board of PURC, you have more data and you understand that sector better than anybody.
I'm telling you that the
the real fact of the matter. Ubisa say, what was the justification? The people are asking you, say, what is the justification today? Because we increased salary by 9%, yet electricity is what? Higher. Water is higher. And electricity, and this is not the first time this year. This is literally the 4th time this year. And so Ubisa said, what is the justification? There's nothing to justify this increase, especially on the promise, say, mobeti electricity so.